Hello everyone, I am Ajit and today we will discuss how sigma is a measure of probability of interaction between two particles. So you might have seen this formula for cross section for such nuclear reactions in which we have a target material in which total n number of target particles are there with cross sectional area A and with D. We are incidenting total NB number of projectile particles from this side and total NR number of reactions are taking place in this target material. So from there we can get our cross section. So you can see that the density of these two projectile and target particles are coming in this formula, but still our sigma is independent of both this independent of density of both these particles. So I want you to visualize and understand how sigma is an intrinsic property of these two particles and independent of density of both. So for that I will take few assumptions, crude assumptions, and I try to demonstrate you how this sigma is independent of density. So for that I will assume that a projectile particle P is coming from this way and a target particle is there. So I will take two basic assumptions. My first assumption is that these two particles are classical point particles, so that I have exact value of momentum and position for both these particles. And my second assumption is there is finite probability of interaction at any position. Let me explain you my second assumption further. So suppose my projectile particle is here and moving in this direction. So I am assuming that these two particles is independent of each other. There is no force between them. So if interaction do not take place, this particle projectile particle continue its motion in this direction with constant velocity v. And my interaction takes place abruptly at any position with probability p. I can define a probability at any position with velocity v. So to understand how this p how I am defining this p, let me give you some example. Suppose a particle starts its movement from here with velocity v. So suppose it's moving in this direction and its distance from this point is x. So in time dt it will move distance. Suppose it's in time dt it will move distance dx. So it will move in this amount of distance. In that distance, the probability of interaction, that this particle get interacted with this target particles, this dp, and it will be p into dt. This p is this density of probability, density of interaction. So that is how I am defining this p. So this is a probability of interaction, but from here I cannot relate p with sigma. So for that I have to take other scenarios from which I can relate this p to sigma. So for that I will explain 1 and 2 scenarios first, and from them I will try to relate this p with sigma. So suppose a projectile particle is moving in this direction with impact parameter b. It's coming from infinite distance, and if it not get interacted, it will go to infinite distance. It will go continuing this way. So what is I want to calculate what is the probability that in this path. In this path, this particle get interacted. What is the total probability that this particle gets interacted? So for that, what I will do is I will just take the probability density at any position into the distance it travels in this particular direction, minus infinity to infinity. Okay, so this will be the total probability of interaction in this way, and I can define it as a P of B and B. As you can see, it will be a function of B. So if I change B, this probability will change. So from here I try to relate it to sigma. So let me draw my second scenario over here. Suppose there are so many target particles on a plane with a density small n, which is particle per unit area, and a projectile particle coming from infinite distance. It will incident on this plane perpendicularly, and it will go in this way. So now I want to calculate what is the probability of interaction of this particle with this plane. It means the total target particle on this plane. So I'll use this probability at any impact parameter. And I'll assume. So now I'm trying to calculate the total probability. So I'll assume a strip of radius b and width db. So the total probability that this particle get interacted with the total particles on this strip will be number of particles on this strip will be density into area 2 pi b db into the probability of single target particle p is. Okay, so this will be the probability for this strip only, and if I integrate it from 0 to infinity, which will give me the total probability of interaction. And here I am assuming that this plane is infinitely extended. Now you can see this P naught is not independent of density because n is coming here. So I define n into P naught is equals to P naught dash. So that our P naught will be minus 0 to infinity and 2 pi b db into P, which P is function of B. Okay, so from now I'll take this from here to here. So for that, what I'll assume one more thing over here. I'll place this total NT particle on equidistant planes on this target particle. Target material. So what I'll do, I'll just multiply this probability, which is probability for interaction with just one plane, and multiply it with total number of planes, and then I'll get the total probability of interaction for single target particle, single projectile particle with this material, with this whole target material. That will be total number of planes and total number of planes. For so what will be so my task is to calculate what is total number of planes in this target material. So for that I will first calculate what is the total number of particles on a single plane with area A, which will be n into area, and if total number of particles is nd, so this will be total number of planes, such planes. Now I have to assume that, because here we assume that this plane was infinitely extended, but in this case they are not, they are finite. But I'll assume that the probability P naught dash, which is for infinitely extended plane, will be equal for this also. I can take this assumption because our particle are point particles, which can be considered too small for this macroscopic target material. This target material can be of dimension millimeters, so I can take that assumption. And This is true for this infinite and this finite plane also. So now I'll multiply this with the P naught, which is n into P naught, which will give me nt into P naught upon n into a. Sorry, n by a. So this is probability of interaction for single particle with this target material. I am incidenting projectile particle from this side, and this is total probability that this projectile particle will interact in this with this material. So now suppose I am incidenting total nb number of particles from here. So the total number of particles that will get interacted with this target material will be nb, that is total number of particles, into the probability for single particle. That will be total number of reaction happen, nr. So from here I can get P naught is equals to nr by nb into nt divided by a. And if I divide both numerator and denominator with time t, then I'll get P to be sigma. So basically our sigma is this. So you can see that our sigma is directly related in a measure of probability of interaction between just two particles, and its intrinsic property of the two particles. It is independent of, this n is not there, and it's independent of density. Okay, so that is all that I wanted to explain you. Thank you.